Praise the Lord. Today I would like to discuss about the book of Joshua, a condensed summary or outline about the book of Joshua. The author of this book is Joshua, except for the postscript and a few other verses. So, in general, the scholars are believe that it's written by Joshua, but some of the books and some of the verses are not by him. The central theme of this book, the book deals with the consummation of the redemption of Israel out of Egypt. For redemption has two parts, out and into. It records the fulfillment of prophecies of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Moses regarding the land of promise being given to Israel and the conquest and division of the land to them. Joshua may be divided into two equal parts of 12 chapters each. The first 12 chapter, the conquest, and 13 to 24, the division of the land among the tribes. So the book deals with the consumption or consummation of the redemption of Israel out of Egypt, or redemption has two parts, out and into. The Joshua divide. The first 1 to 12 chapter is about the conquest, and second part 13 to 24, the chapter is the division of the land among the tribes. Definitely the author is Joshua, and the leading topic in this book of Joshua is the conquest and the division of the land of Canaan. The basic or the very fundamental idea about this, or the overall idea about this book, is the conquest and the division of the land of Canaan. The first part is about the conquest, and the second part is about the division of the land of Canaan. The key thoughts about this book is how to be successful in the battle of life. Chapter 1, verses 8 and 9, it says, how to be successful in the battle of life. So we all have a battle. In our life is a battle. We are not like in a playground, we are in a battlefield to battle against the sin and battle against all kind of bad culture. So stick into the heavenly culture. And some historical analysis about this book, that the invasion of the land and some fall of Jericho wall. So the fall of Jericho is chapter 6. The battle of Ai and Israel at Abel and Gerizim is chapter 7 and 8. In this chapter 10, it says about the conquest of south, and chapter 11 and 12 talking about the conquest on the north and the list of King smitten. And sixth chapter 13 to 22 is talking about the division of the land appointed of cities of refuge, and 23 and 24 is talking about the farewell address and the death of Joshua. So basically the first 1 to 5, chapter 1 to 5, 1 to 5 is talking about the invasion of the land, and chapter 6 talking about the fall of Jericho, and chapter 7 and 8 talking about the battle at Ai and Israel at Abel and Gerizim, and chapter 10 talking about the conquest of the south, chapter 11 and 12 talking about the conquest of the north and the list of kings smitten, chapter 13 to 22 talking about the division of the land appointed of the cities of refuge, and chapter 23 and 24 is talking about the farewell address and the death of Joshua. The suggested lesson about this book of Joshua, for any if anyone interesting to learn more, the certainty of the fulfillment of the divine purpose, the certainty of the fulfillment of the divine purpose, the certainty of the fulfillment of the divine purpose. This is seen in the judgments coming upon the Canaanites because of their awful sin, in the descendant of Abraham being given possession of the land according to God's promise. Then the types is according to the common conception, the crossing of the Jordan represent death, and the Canaan is heaven. So, but the better analogy is given like if you go through all over the Bible, is talking about the Canaan. Romans 7 verses 23. Book of Romans 7 verses 23 talking about the Canaan. The Canaan, a type of a higher Christian life to be won by warfare. So Canaan is the higher Christian life to be won by warfare. The Canaanites, a type of our spiritual enemies, Ephesians 6 verses 12 says, the Canaanites, a type of our spiritual enemy. Then First Timothy 6 verses 12 says, the warfare of Israel, a type of the fight of faith. The warfare of Israel to the people in the Canaanite to get the Canaan is to like when we compare that one, the New Testament is a type of fight